Hi, I'm Becky, and welcome to today's class. Today we're going to work on some fundamentals, so a really beginner level, just getting into the proper muscles, into the movements properly, so that when you do a more advanced class, you'll know exactly what you're doing. So join me. We're going to start off sitting up tall on our sits bones. So our sits bones are just the little bum bones you feel like when you sit on a hard chair. It's uncomfortable. That's what they are. So bring your feet hip distance apart or sits bones distance apart and sit up tall. So here you're going to pull your belly button in and up and reach your armpit muscles down. Your armpit muscles are your lats. So even grab onto the back of your thighs here just to engage the lats and pull the shoulders down and reach tall and long through the neck. And just breathe. So relax the back of the neck. Really pull down with the shoulder blades and pull in and up with the belly. You should feel your core cylinder activating. And that's what we want to work. We want to work the deep abdominal muscles instead of getting into our hip flexors or compensating with our low back. Take an inhale here, exhale, curl your tailbone under and hold. Now you should feel your low abs engaging right here as your belly button pulls in and up. Lats stay down. We're going to hold. Grab behind the thighs if you need to. And just breathe. When we breathe in Pilates, we don't do a belly breath like we do in yoga. You breathe into the sides and backs of the ribs. So you should feel your rib cage expand as you inhale, contract as you exhale. We've been holding here for quite a while, so we're going to come back up. Take a little breath. Inhale, exhale, curl the tailbone under. And again, grab onto your thighs. That's fine. Come a little lower this time. Pulling that belly button in and up. Even engage your pelvic floor. The pelvic floor muscles are the muscles that stop you from peeing. Like if you have to pee really bad and then the phone rings and you gotta hold it, like those are the muscles. So we're gonna hold those, pull those. Those actually connect to the low abs. And exhale, coming back up. So I'm gonna come down to the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale, rolling down to the shoulder blades. So this is the position that you're going to be in when we do our 100, just your legs will be lifted. When we do our single leg stretch, double leg stretch, our whole ab series really, you're at the tips of your shoulder blades. Your belly is pulling in and up, armpits are reaching down. I know you've been holding here for a while. Can we come back up? Grab behind the thighs if you need to. Inhale, ooh, exhale, round up. And we'll take a little break from that. I'm going to roll all the way onto our back right now. So again, really engage the lats here. And the reason we do that is to keep the tension out of the neck. Inhale and exhale as we roll down. Pelvic floor lifts, those stopping you from peeing muscles. Belly button lifts in and kind of up into the rib cage as you slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. And that's a term we're going to use a lot too, one vertebrae at a time. Very Pilates-ish, because we want to lengthen the spaces in between each vertebra to make you longer and less compressed. So coming onto our back, we're going to float our arms up. And so here, this is just moving clearly from the shoulder blades. We're going to feel our scapula moving as we lift and lower. And as you lift, think of reaching your armpits down towards your hips, engaging your abdominals, pulling your belly button in and up, even engaging your pelvic floor. Try not to just clench and squeeze your bum. Here, you're relaxing from the legs down, and it's all just in your core and in your lats here. Now from here, take an inhale, and as you exhale, nod the chin, reach your armpit muscles down, and just come into a chest lift. Look at your belly. Your hands are hovering. Belly pulls in and up. Pelvic floor pulls in and up. And you're breathing into the sides and back of your ribs if you want to. If you can reach, grab around your ribs and just feel as you inhale, they grow bigger. As you exhale, they come away from your hands. And we'll go into just a little bit of 100, maybe not a full 100. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. If your neck is sore here, anytime we're in a chest lift position, put your hands behind your head to support the neck. I mean, I hate having a sore neck, so let's just minimize that. As you get stronger, you will learn how to engage more in the lats to support the neck. But as you start off, if this ever just is uncomfortable, hands behind the head, totally fine. And I don't know what we're on, so we're just gonna keep pumping. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Call that the last one, and rest down. And just roll your head from side to side, releasing any tension you may have built up in your neck. So some other positions we go into is, one of them is called a spinal bridge. So bring your feet hip width apart. Hands are down by your side, palms down. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, engage those pelvic floor muscles, your low abs, even bring your inner thighs energetically together, so not coming together, they're just reaching towards each other. Press into the heels, tilt the tailbone up, and we're gonna slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. And hold. Now in this position, yes, we are working with our abs to hold our pelvis steady. We're also engaging our hamstrings and glutes. So you should feel those muscles engaging. And when we get into the more advanced exercises, we'll be lifting one leg without moving the pelvis and the other. So you can try that if you're feeling like it, go for it. So we're taking an inhale. As you exhale, the pelvic floor engages, belly button pulls in and up, deep abs as you float your leg up. And bring it down, and the other leg. I always like to inhale to prepare, and exhale as you float the other leg up. Pelvis doesn't move, so all the weight is in that supporting leg. Take an inhale here. Pelvis is neutral and steady, and exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, stretching the space between each vertebra as you place it down on the mat. And here, just wobble your hips around a little bit. So we talk about stabilization of the pelvis a lot in Pilates, and when I say neutral spine, that means neutral pelvis as well. So that means there will be a little bit of a curve in your low back. We're not pressing all the way down into the mat. Some forms of Pilates do that. I like to keep a neutral spine, works better for my body. If you find that you're feeling it in your low back, or maybe you're not as strong as you want to be, you can bias towards an imprinted spine, which is just pressing the low back a little bit more to engage the abs. But when you get a little bit stronger, do try neutral spine. It's just really functional for everyday living. So we're going to place our hands on our hips in a little triangle. So heels of the hands on your hip bones, and the fingers are on your pubic bone, and just rocking back and forth. Rocking back and forth. So this would be a fully imprinted spine, low back pressed down into the mat. And this would be an arch when the tailbone really reaches and there's a big curve in the back. We want to be halfway in between. So our neutral spine is our tailbone is down. There's the natural curve in your low spine, and your low ribs are down. This is really important. If the low ribs start popping up, then you can feel it in your low back. So you want to really be conscious of keeping your low ribs down. Place your hands on your rib cage. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, feel your ribs come together like you're buttoning a little vest. And inhale. So we talked about Pilates breathing. This is what the front side of the Pilates breath should feel like. Inhale to the side and back of the ribs. Exhale. Feel the ribs come together in the front. Now let's put all these things together and try our 100 or our 50, whatever we're doing. Let's try that again. Bring your hands up above your head this time and just stretch long. That feels really good. Now, energetically, pull the lats down towards your hips. Float your arms up. Take an inhale. Exhale, nod the chin and the hands come down. If you want to, from your low abs, so engaging your pelvic floor, engaging your low abs, lift the knees up into tabletop here. Absolutely do that. Inhale into the side and back of the ribs. Exhale, put your hands here. Feel your ribs come together. So we're zipping up all the way. We've got our pelvic floor, low abs, belly button pulled in and up, ribs coming together for the upper abs, and we're pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest your head down. place your feet down. We're going to roll over onto your belly to learn some of the exercises we do in this position. The first one is called the swan. So we're going to start just getting into the proper muscles. Bring your hands in front of you. Your hips are pressed down. Your belly is lifted. So again, we're using those core muscles, pelvic floor, belly button in and up. Still doing our Pilates breath to the sides and back of the ribs. Place your elbows in front of your shoulders, palms down, and you're just looking at the end of your mat. Engage your armpit muscles, your lats, pull towards your hips and energetically reach your elbows. You're not moving your elbows, you're reaching them towards your armpits. Now you should really feel your lats engage here. And that's just getting into the upper back and the lats. Come back down. We're going to come a little higher this time. Bring your palms closer as you bring your elbows a little closer underneath your shoulders and pull the elbows back towards your armpits and look a little higher, maybe a little past the edge of your mat this time. Really feeling that mid-back engage between the shoulder blades. We want to feel that. That's really a great cross-training for all of our hunching over that we do all the time, which is not training. That's just the age of technology and coming back down. And this time, we're going to bring our hands a little bit closer. So scoot your elbows underneath your shoulders, pull back, lift the chest through the shoulders this time, wide collarbones, and look a little bit higher. Still thinking about pressing your hips down, about lifting your abdominals. And even here, put some fire into the back of your legs, into the hamstrings. Press the tops of the feet down. And lift. So we're not cranking upwards, we are extending and lengthening through the spine. And coming back down. So if you started to feel any of those in your low back, you know that you just need to just keep your movement, keep your position a little bit lower. Because eventually we will go into the full swan, which looks like that, and start rocking. We won't do that today, but that's where we're working up to. Starting with engaging the proper muscle groups. That is super important. It's just not worth it. All right. Coming up onto all fours. Let's just stretch that out a little bit. Coming into a cat stretch. Tuck your tailbone under, round. Think about bringing the top of your head towards your tailbone. And then from your tailbone, ripple your spine. So your tailbone comes toward the ceiling and the top of your head reaches toward the ceiling. Let's do that again. From the tailbone, tuck it under, ripple the spine down into a rounded position. And then from the tailbone, begin extending and coming into an arch position, reaching the shoulder blades and the armpits away from your ears here. And then come back to neutral. So just like we do with our pelvis, finding the roundness and the arch, we want to be halfway in between. That's our neutral spine in this position. And from here, just extend your right leg back and lift, and extend your left arm out and lift and hold. So now we're a little off balance, having to engage the abs a little bit more to hold our balance. Pull that belly button in and up, keep breathing. Armpits and shoulder blades reach down toward the hips. Come back down, other side. Extend the left leg out. Lift from the glute. Extend your right arm out. And again, establish your position here. One might be a little steadier than the other. Pull the armpits and shoulder blades down. And reach long through the fingers and the toes like someone's pulling on you, creating that length. And come back down. And give yourself a little child's pose here. And come back up. And that's all we'll do for today. Those are just a few of the basic movements. I hope you got to engage the proper muscle groups and really even feel your abs, as we did quite a bit of ab work. Even in these fundamentals, you still work deep. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.